Hello, friends. I'm Jamie Swartz, a lifestyle medicine physician, certified personal trainer, and yoga teacher. Today, we'll be talking about the physiology of ME CFS, myalgic encephalomyelitis, and chronic fatigue syndrome with yoga's healing potential. Let's use our imaginations to visualize this. We're trying to push through another day, but our body feels like it's running on empty. Every step feels like it's draining us. Even thinking may feel like wading through a dense fog. If you're already living with myalgic encephalomyelitis, chronic fatigue syndrome, or ME/CFS, you know this isn't just tiredness. It can be a profound, unrelenting exhaustion that reshapes your life. Today, we'll explore the physiology behind ME/CFS, what's happening in your body on a scientific level, and how yoga, supported by solid research, can help ease those symptoms. And through it all, we'll draw on faith-centered encouragement, reminding us that in our weakness, God's strength shines brightest. Let's journey together with hope. First, let's demystify the physiology of ME/CFS. It's not all in your head. It can be a complex, multi-system illness that disrupts how our body produces and uses energy. At the cellular level, mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells, are not functioning properly. They struggle to convert their food into ATP, the fuel that our body needs, leading to that bone-deep fatigue and post-exertional malaise, or PEM, where even mild activity leaves us crashed for days. Imagine our cells as tiny engines sputtering on low fuel. That's the reality for many with ME/CFS. Adding to this, the immune system is in overdrive. Pro-inflammatory cytokines, those chemical messengers, stay elevated, creating chronic, low-grade inflammation that mimics a never-ending flu. Natural killer cells, our body's first line of defense, will be less effective, and autoantibodies might even attack our own tissues, disrupting everything from nerves to muscles. Then there's the autonomic nervous system, the autopilot for our heart rate, blood pressure, and digestion, which goes haywire, potentially causing dizziness when we stand, irregular heartbeats, or gut issues. And don't forget the brain. Neuroinflammation can activate glial cells, leading to the dense brain fog, sleep disturbances, and heightened pain sensitivity. The hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA, often shows low cortisol levels, blunting our stress response and making recovery harder. Triggers like infections, think Epstein-Barr virus or genetic factors, can kick this off. But once started, it can be a vicious cycle of oxidative stress and energy depletion. It can be overwhelming, can't it? But here's where God whispers hope. As Isaiah 40:31 promises, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. God designed our bodies with intricate systems, and even in their struggle, He invites us to trust His renewal, one breath, one step at a time. Now, you may ask, how can yoga, a practice of mindful movement and breath, fit into this? We're not talking about the intense, sweaty kind, but more the gentle, adapted forms, like seated or recumbent isometric yoga, where you hold the positions without straining. Research shows yoga is a powerful tool for symptom relief, activating our body's rest and restore, or parasympathetic mode. Let's look at the evidence. A randomized controlled trial tested recumbent isometric yoga, where you're lying down, for the ME/CFS patients who hadn't improved with standard care. After 12 weeks, participants saw significant improvements in their daily functioning and reduced fatigue scores. Even those with severe, who were stuck in their beds, and those with comorbid fibromyalgia benefited, with no serious side effects, just better awareness to avoid PEM, the post-exertional malaise. Another study on seated isometric yoga over 2 months found fatigue scores plummeting from 26 to 19, and depression easing too. Those gains correlated with lower inflammation markers like TNF-alpha, suggesting that yoga calms that overactive immune response. A broader meta-analysis of 13 studies on mind-body practices, including yoga, confirmed these benefits. Yoga reduced overall fatigue, plus improvements in anxiety, depression, and sleep quality. Changes that make daily life more manageable. How? Well, yoga stimulates our parasympathetic nervous system, lowering stress hormones like cortisol, reducing inflammation, and gently boosting mitochondrial function over time. It's like giving our weary cells a compassionate nudge toward balance. From a faith perspective, yoga can be a sacred pause, a way to be still and know that God is God, from Psalm 46:10. As we breathe deeply in a gentle posture, we're not just easing symptoms, we're surrendering our burdens to the one who says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest," from Matthew 11:28. It's stewardship of the body God entrusted to us, aligning physical healing with spiritual peace. Before we go, let's discuss a few precautions as we begin our yoga practice. Gentle, restorative forms like seated chair yoga, recumbent, lying down, or bed-based yoga is probably best to start with. Recumbent, lying down, isometric yoga has been studied specifically for ME/CFS and shown to be safe and beneficial. You may want to avoid vigorous styles like hot yoga, power yoga, or fast vinyasa flows, as this may worsen your fatigue and trigger post-exertional malaise or dehydration. You may want to begin by limiting your practice to very brief periods, maybe just 5 to 15 minutes with frequent rest breaks, maybe even just 1 minute at a time with the breathing exercises. Listen to your body. Stop immediately if your symptoms worsen, as pushing through fatigue can lead to prolonged crashes. Many with ME/CFS struggle to stand for long with orthostatic intolerance. Chair yoga or lying down postures help avoid dizziness or rapid heartbeat. Focus on breath work over exertion. Gentle breathing or pranayama and meditation may be more sustainable than physical postures. Think about consistency over intensity. Regular, very gentle practice is more beneficial than occasional strenuous sessions. There will be individual variation. What works for one person may actually not work very well for you, and adaptation is essential. To review, ME/CFS disrupts energy, immunity, and more. But evidence-based yoga offers a path to relief, reducing fatigue, lifting our mood, and restoring our sleep. Let's start small. Perhaps you want to try a 10-minute seated session with guided breathing. Maybe pair it with prayer, leaning on God's promises, and watch your resilience grow. We are not defined by our illness. We are held by a faithful God who renews the weary. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon. May God's strength carry you today from one hour to the next.